Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Amir, and today I'll be reviewing the use of online learning platforms, specifically Moodle and Zoom, as educational technology tools for supporting students from socioeconomically disadvantaged communities. This presentation is based on a blog article I found especially relevant that takes place during the COVID-19 pandemic in China. Introduction to my article. The article I chose is titled What Teachers in China Have Learned in the Past Month by Laurel Schwartz. It focuses on how educators in China rapidly adapted to online learning using tools like Moodle and Zoom. I picked this article because it's a first-hand account of teaching during a crisis, with a strong emphasis on equity and empathy. I think it highlights how tech can be a bridge for underserved students when it's implemented thoughtfully. This is a picture of a computer and a book, signifying how they can go hand in hand. My article summary and key ideas. The article emphasizes how teachers transition to remote instruction quickly, combining Zoom for live teaching and Moodle for structured coursework. It also mentions the importance of check-ins for students' well-being and using simple tech setups to minimize confusion. One key takeaway here is that flexibility and empathy are just as crucial as the tools themselves. Article summary and key ideas part 2. On this slide, I broke down the pros and cons of online learning. The positives include flexibility and better family communication. But there are also major drawbacks, like unequal access to devices or unstable Wi-Fi, and how younger kids may need extra support at home. I also suggest alternative tools like Google Classroom, Flipgrid, and Kahoot to help keep things engaging and accessible. Learning theory reflected. The article reflects constructivist and social constructivist theories, where students actively build knowledge through real-world tasks and collaboration. Breakout rooms, for example, support peer learning, and teachers take on more of a guiding role instead of just delivering lectures. This allows teachers to promote a deeper and more student-centered learning. These are some quotes. This is from the article. We worked out many kinks and are now engaging our students in high-quality learning experiences online. This is another quote. The latest technologies can foster inclusive learning environments for learners from diverse backgrounds and with particular needs. Marginalized group overview. My focus group is students from socioeconomically disadvantaged homes. These learners often don't have consistent internet, laptops, or learning support at home. They're also more at risk for learning loss and may not have the same enrichment opportunities as others. This slide lays out the structural challenges they face. Benefits of tech integration. Despite the challenges, online learning can be empowering when it's done right. Many families have smartphones, which makes mobile-compatible platforms like Moodle more viable. Tech also allows for asynchronous learning, which helps students with unpredictable home situations. And having teachers available through office hours can build connection and reduce academic gaps. This is a quote from the article, which is relevant. Many students don't have laptops at home, but most families have access to at least one smartphone, which is usually true. Challenges for the group. Still, we can't ignore the very real barriers. Unstable Wi-Fi, lack of tech knowledge at home, and screen fatigue. Some students miss live sessions completely or don't have the materials to complete offline tasks. It's important that we design tech-based learning with these limitations in mind, or else we risk excluding the very students we want to help. This is also a relevant quote. Most of us are working from home, with most children also learning from home until last month. We are spending the majority of our day looking at our home computers, with glances at our mobile phones intermittently, then plonking down on our sofas at the end of the day and staring at the TV for a few hours before heading to bed. Repeat. We can all kind of relate to this during quarantine. Everyone knows how this was. Strategies to overcome barriers. To help address these challenges, we can use downloadable materials, provide multilingual tech guides, and work with local organizations to distribute devices or internet access. A big takeaway from Schwartz's article is to offer both written and video instructions so families can solve some issues on their own without the feeling of being overwhelmed, because it can be very overwhelming. These are my peer questions. So here are some discussion prompts to think about. How might these tech strategies work for English learners? Could asynchronous learning really promote inclusion, or might it widen the gap? And what other tools could we add to make sure no student gets left behind? These are the kind of questions we need to keep asking. This image shows a bar chart showing statistics from a Pew Research study, and it shows the percentage of U.S. parents, especially those with lower incomes, who say their child faces digital obstacles when doing schoolwork. Conclusion. In summary, tools like Zoom and Moodle have the potential to make learning more inclusive, but only if we implement them thoughtfully. We have to match the tools to the realities of our students' lives. When combined with empathy and smart design, educational tech can truly close gaps rather than widen them. This was something important. Digital tools must empower, not overwhelm students. These are the sources I used throughout the presentation. They include the original article by Schwartz, as well as week 10 readings and lectures. I have also included the Teacher's Guide to Tech. Thank you guys for joining me, and have a good one.